11:47 p.m., Thanksgiving night. I'm sitting in my car, 3 hours from home, opening my banking app, and opening means canceling and canceling 8 years of automatic payments. $127,000 mortgage, $1,200 monthly, to parents, $40,000 salon deposit, every penny I've sent to a family who just watched my sister slap me, watched my mother say apologize or leave, watched my father hold the door open like I'm trash, being removed and removed. I was removed completely, totally permanently, but permanently works both ways, because ways include 8 a.m. next morning when my parents wake up and wake to bank alerts, and alerts saying payment rejected, saying account frozen, saying the daughter you just erased is the only reason you still have a house, and house you're about to lose, because lose is what happens when you forget who's been paying and paying. I've been for 8 years straight, $330,000 total, and total stops tonight. Stops the second I press cancel. So cancel, I do press it once, twice, 8 times, 8 years of support erased in 4 minutes, and minutes is all it takes to dismantle and dismantle a family built on my money while treating me like furniture. So furniture doesn't pay mortgages, and mortgages don't pay themselves. And themselves. They're about to learn the hard way. Subscribe now, because now comes 8 a.m., and a.m. brings foreclosure, and foreclosure brings the truth that invisible daughter was the only thing keeping their world standing. Thanksgiving afternoon, I pull into parents' driveway trunk loaded with catering trays, and trays worth hundreds, because worth is what I've always provided while Sister Vanessa arranges cheese boards like she's hosting television, and television is her performance, her constant performance, while I'm the one who paid for the kitchen, and kitchen counters quartz, $34,000, the lighting electrical, $18,000, the back door glass, insert $6,000, all me, every dollar mine. But mine gets credited to we, and we means Vanessa gets praise while I get directions. Not hello, not thanks, just put the food down and down. I should have walked right then. But then I didn't know about the envelope from First Heritage Bank sitting near the toaster in the kitchen. I renovated and renovated with money. Nobody acknowledges, because acknowledges would mean admitting, and admitting Vanessa contributes nothing, while Bridget contributes everything, so everything stays hidden, stays repackaged, stays lies and lies. I'm about to uncover, because uncover happens when I see that envelope. An envelope says deed transfer. And transfer means something stolen, and stolen from me specifically, completely illegally. Let me give you numbers, because numbers don't lie. Families due second mortgage, $127,000, co-signed by me, paid by me, 8 years, straight kitchen renovation, $34,000 roof after ice storm, $18,000 Vanessa's salon, deposit $40,000 medical copays for mom, supplemental insurance for dad, $1,200 monthly for 8 years. That's $115,000 total, north of $330,000 in dollars. I never asked, returned, never demanded, acknowledged, just gave. Because gave is what Grandma May asked me to hold family together. And together, I tried, but tried by funding, and funding their entire existence, while they treated me like I'm optional, like I'm background, like I'm the daughter who doesn't need attention, because need implies Vanessa, and Vanessa needs everything. So everything she got my money, got my equity, got my inheritance ring, sapphire oval. Grandma May promised me, and promise means nothing when Mom gives it to Vanessa anyway. Gives it while I'm standing right there, standing invisible, standing erased. Thanksgiving dinner, 25 people, packed living room. I brush past Vanessa. Brush shoulder, nothing touch happens 100 times, every gathering, every family event. But event. This becomes event. Catastrophic, because catastrophic is what Vanessa makes it by stopping mid-sentence, by turning slow, by raising hand, and hand comes down, hard, comes across my face, comes with crack, not thud, crack that echoes through room, through 25 witnesses, through my entire childhood, of being second, of being forgotten, of being erased. Are you blind or just stupid? She screams loud enough. Neighbors hear, and hear they do. 25 people, frozen forks, mid-air, conversations dead. Even TV quieter and quieter as the room, holding breath. Holding, waiting, holding, to see what happens next. And next is Mom, and Mom doesn't come to me, doesn't ask if I'm okay, doesn't do what mothers do. Say sorry or get out now. She says to me, says to the daughter whose face is red, whose ear is ringing, whose lip tastes metal. And dad doesn't speak, just walks to door, opens it, holds like I'm stranger, like I'm problem, like I'm the one who needs removing. I pick up coat, take keys, don't rush, don't stumble, walk like I'm leaving meeting that ran long, walk past dad, standing at door, walk past mom, defending Vanessa, walk past 25 people who saw everything and everything they saw. They'll pretend they didn't. Because didn't is easier than admitting, and admitting means taking sides. And sides are clear. Clear as the handprint on my face. Clear as the door held open. Clear as the choice they made not by me, by them, by every single person in that room who watched and watched silently and silently, is complicity. So complicit, they all are, all of them. But them I'm done with. Done, completely done, permanently, because permanently is what happens when you walk out into November, cold and cold, hits your face, hits the same cheek. Vanessa slapped hits different, though hits clean hits. Honest. And honest is the gravel crunching and crunching under my feet as I walk to car, as I sit behind wheel, as I grip 10 and 2 and 2 minutes. I sit, just stare at house, at windows, glowing warm, at family inside, continuing like nothing happened, like daughter, just erased, like world, just shifted. But shifted. It did shifted completely, shifted permanently, because permanently is 11:47 p.m. when I open banking app. 11:47 p.m., I'm in my car, engine off, parking lot. Silent, and silent is perfect, because perfect silence for perfect decision. I've delayed 8 years, delayed through insults, through dismissals, through being invisible. But invisible ends. Tonight ends with banking app, ends with automatic transfers, ends with 1 tap, 2 taps, 8 taps, canceling mortgage payment, $1,200 monthly, 8 years straight, canceling salon support, canceling medical copays, canceling everything, every single dollar, every single transfer, every single cent I've sent to people who just voted me out. Voted with silence, voted with that open door. So, door I'm closing permanently, closing financially, closing the only language they understand. Because they will understand at 8 a.m. when payment bounces, when bank calls, when foreclosure notice arrives, when they finally realize, invisible daughter was only thing between them and losing everything, and everything includes house, includes business, includes life. They built on my back while treating me like I'm disposable. Well, disposable doesn't pay mortgages, and mortgages don't pay themselves. 8 years of payments gone. 4 minutes of tapping done, finished, complete. I set phone down, start engine, pull out drive, 3 hours to Hartford. And Hartford is home, is my apartment, is my life, is the place where I'm not invisible. 8 a.m. next morning, I'm home safe away, separate when I remember what Derek said in hallway, said, check your mail. So mail I check the cluster box, check my unit, check and check. Reveals envelope from Fulton County Recorder, and recorder means property, means deed, means something official, and official is what I open under parking lot. Light open and read makes my blood freeze, completely freeze, because freeze is appropriate when you see your name, your signature, your handwriting, except handwriting isn't yours, isn't even close. Someone forged my signature, forged on, deed transfer, forged to remove me, remove my name, remove my ownership, add Vanessa, add her name, add her access, add her ability to open, HELOC she did, opened $85,000, pulled against equity. I built with 8 years payments, built with my money, built with my sweat and sweat. She spent on salon, spent on credit cards, spent on everything, while I funded the foundation. She burned, she stole, she destroyed, and destroyed. Not just money, destroyed trust, destroyed family, destroyed any possibility of reconciliation, because reconciliation requires honesty, and honesty is opposite of forgery. Monday morning, I'm sitting across from Marcus, sitting with forged deed, sitting with bank statements, sitting with 8 years, proof, and proof is what Marcus needs to file, needs to destroy, needs to freeze and freeze everything, freeze the HELOC, freeze the deed, freeze their ability to touch anything. Marcus files, complaint files with county recorder files, cease and desist files, criminal referral, and referral goes to DA, goes with evidence, goes with handwriting analysis, goes with one word, felony. And felony is what Vanessa committed when she forged, committed when she stole, committed when she thought invisible sister wouldn't notice, wouldn't care, wouldn't fight but fight. I do fight with lawyers, fight with facts. Fight with the one thing they forgot. I have documentation. I have proof. I have every receipt, every transfer, every single dollar. Tracked and tracked means trapped, means Vanessa's salon closes because HELOC. Frozen closes because rent unpaid closes 3 days before Christmas closes, with employees losing jobs, losing income, losing everything. Because everything Vanessa built was built on money. She stole from me, stole from the sister. She slapped, stole from the daughter they erased. 6 months later, deed restored, name back on, then off, selling my share, selling for $1, one single dollar. Not because worthless, because I'm done with ownership, done with obligation, done with family, who thinks family means free money, means endless supply, means invisible. Daughter pays forever, well, forever, ended. Thanksgiving night, ended with that slap, ended with that door, ended with 8 a.m. when they woke to alerts, to notices, to reality. That daughter they dismissed was daughter who funded everything. Vanessa takes plea deal, takes probation, takes restitution, $85,000. She'll pay for decade. She'll remember forever. She'll carry the weight of what she stole from, who she stole from, why she lost everything. Mom calls once, calls crying, calls saying didn't know, but no, she did know. I paid. No, I funded. No, I carried them. No, she chose Vanessa. Anyway, Dad sends letter, sends, ring, sends, Grandma May's sapphire, sends apology, written in shaking hand, written after 3 days, trying written too late. But late doesn't mean worthless, means complicated, means maybe someday, but someday isn't. Today isn't tomorrow, isn't until I decide, and decide is mine alone, mine completely. Because completely is how thoroughly invisible became indispensable, became essential, became the only thing between them and losing everything. Subscribe, share, comment. Tell me, would you have walked out that door or would you have stayed? Because stayed means accepting, and accepting means dying and dying. I refused. So refused, I did walked out. Canceled payments, let consequences fall, let family learn, let invisible daughter teach the lesson. They needed loyalty to yourself comes first. Everything else comes after.